lines. We can all see those, but we don't have access to access those files. We only support the API requests and everything.
Okay, got it. So we'll start from the scratch today.
Okay.
So are you getting enough time to practice again after this?
Yeah, night after 9:30, I'm reaching to my home. So at that time, I.
Okay. Okay. So let us get started. So I just would like to take some inputs from you, Rakesh. Could you please tell me about Git? So you might have worked already. That's why I'm asking this question. If the fresher, I should not ask this question.
Okay, Git is like a repository. We can store all the source code there, just because, for suppose there is some development team, the whole product of the code will not be developed by a single person. There will be different persons who will build the whole product. So for that, there will be one repository where all the coders will deploy the code into that repository, and they can access or deploy the code from that repository. So that repository is a Git.
Okay. So in this context, where is the DevOps engineer?
Mm. DevOps engineer, like in CI/CD pipeline.
That is okay. That is okay. I'm talking about Git. Just don't bring any CSD here.
Okay.
I'm just asking, where is DevOps engineer in this Git concept?
Mm,
So developer, you are not developer, right?
yeah, no, no. Pushing and pulling data.
Still, you are not. Your presence will not be there. So
Okay.
every push and every pull, they will not call you.
Okay.
So this in this context, you try to think about DevOps role here.
Okay.
So you are not developer. Developer can do that actually.
Mm,
Developer every time they will do multiple times, more than 10 times, 100 times they will push and pull. But every time they will not come, they will not call you, right? So you should not roam like this here and there, here and there.
yeah, creating Git or like uh, linking Git to the project, I guess.
Yes. So thing, yeah. So in Git concept, so where DevOps engineer comes in under. So first, if somebody joins in a company, okay.
Mm,
So as a newcomer, as a new developer, so they will not have any access. Correct. So
okay.
DevOps team will take care. The DevOps team will assign a project. I mean, if the project is assigned by a team or management, so there, so for example, if there is a company in that they are using AWS EC2 instance, so maybe sometimes you might have access. Okay, sometimes you might have privileges to assign these EC2 instances, or you need to create EC2 instances as a part of it. So you also need to create a account to company Git account to the particular DevOps engineer or some other developers. Okay,
Mm,
in case different cases might be there. If it is the if the person is related to your project, so you are belonging to DevOps team, you will assign EC2 instances and all, right? You will
yeah.
create EC2 instances for them, or
Mm,
you will give the privileges, you will create a users, all these things. But
mm,
if he is a different person or a different team, so maybe if he is belonging to development team, right? So for that case, so you will maybe he might also need to give the access for EC2 instance, right? So he need
mm,
to access that development environment. He need to access testing environment, right?
yeah.
So in that case, Git also comes into the picture. So Git also he has to access GitHub, which means company GitHub repository, because projects are where the projects are stored, right?
Mm,
So in that case, you also need to give GitHub access, your company GitHub access to him. He want to collaborate that collaboration with your current project, maybe, right?
okay.
In that case, they will utilize your service, right? the
mm,
management will be utilize your service.
mm,
So where you will be appear there. Okay, for every pulling and pushing, not your duty, and be confident. And if somebody asks in interviews, so
okay.
what is your role for pulling and pushing, in the sense, definitely pulling and pushing, not DevOps person will not be there, because you are not a developer. So
Mm,
always you will not go, and for every small push and pull, you will not go there and do that, right? So as a
mm,
DevOps engineer, your where your appearance will be there. So when that person is there, if they want to create a new account, a new GitHub account, new accesses for the GitHub and all, so there you will have a privileges. So you can add them one new account, GitHub account for your company,
okay.
right? So and also if there is an issue with the Git account, okay, GitHub, for example, there is an issue with the pulling and pushing request, okay.
Mm,
So pull request issue if happens, so then they will call you, so they will take your help, your service, right? So there your presence will be there, okay.
okay.
So unless all these kind of issues, okay,
Mm,
until unless you get these kind of issues, your presence will not be there. For
mm,
sure, I'm telling. Whatever experience I had, with this experience, I did not use Git much in our companies.
mm,
Okay, but people will in institutes, people will tell you that okay, you are as a DevOps engineer, you have to do that, this, that. No, you can't. Why you can't? It's a simple scenario, just simple in general terminology. You can understand that why you will pull the code. What is your role there? So, are you developing anything? Simple. Just question yourself.
okay.
They will not allow you first to review the code, because development team will be there, that is dedicated team, and your DevOps team and operations team is completely different.
Mm,
So where the operations and maintenance will issues will occur, there they will definitely involve you, that too with official permissions, okay,
mm,
with they will raise the ticket, or that if that is company is if the company is really organized, definitely they will raise the ticket, or
okay.
they will follow with the proper proper hierarchy protocols,
Mm,
right? So there where the issue comes, their developer DevOps team will be there, okay. Apart from this case, so no pushing and pulling, but why we are discussing in DevOps this about this, in the sense, to do that also you must have an idea,
okay.
right? You must be aware what is Git and how you have to do, and if there is an issue with the pull request, how you have to do, how to push it, how to pull it, what is the case, what is the scenario behind this Git.
Mm,
So without knowing all these things, if you go and directly try to do something, if anything happens with the project files, again repositories, or it will delete the repository, then again it is a big issue, correct?
okay.
So that is a case you have to learn about Git. Okay. So now we are discussing, as you know already, the Git related information, but still we are going to discuss from the scratch. Okay. This will be a reiteration for you.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So we call Git as SCM. Okay. Source code management. Okay. So we'll call source code management. So what are the other tools you know that source code management? SVN was there. The two are already they know. Earlier they used to, before this Git, they used to use SVN. Okay. And Atlassian also is there. Okay. And Bitbucket. Okay. All these things. So these are all I think earlier perforce something I forgot. I think clear case also, but I didn't use that. Okay.
Mm,
Source code management. Source means main code. Source means main. Source main base. Source means base code. Code in the sense the name C code itself indicating that it's some code related to project. So management means you have to manage the that particular repositories. Okay. So this Git will be used for different people from different teams can store simultaneously their source code. Okay. So you pipeline between offshore or onshore teams. Okay. And it helps the achieving the teamwork. Okay. It will track the changes. Okay. In seconds, within fraction of seconds, if you do some change, dot also, it will appear again. Okay. So, for example, if there is actually one region is there for suppose, okay, so maybe you are working under Mumbai or Hyderabad or something, okay, this is your Hyderabad team for your company, okay, so you will create a one um, hub repository, okay, this is Mumbai or Hyderabad gift. We chosen actually Hyderabad, right? So then Hyderabad, this is Hyderabad git, okay, in this Hyderabad git, okay, so we have different stages in git, okay, first one is work directory, okay, the other one is staging or index, okay, next one is repository, repo, okay, so what is work directory? In this case, work directory means your console, okay, where you are creating git, where you are I mean for suppose source code is there, that source code where you do the changes, where you write the code, definitely on top of your laptop, right? This laptop means whatever the console you see, whatever the terminal you use, that environment you call it as a work directory. Clear? So here staging, what is the staging? Staging means whenever you add so and so code to, you are going to add into particular area, okay, that area, whenever you adding that code into particular area, that particular area it will store your code in that repository, okay, particular area index staging area, okay, this whenever you add it, first it will reach to staging area, okay, after staging area the code will move into repository, okay, this is where your code will store, okay, so
Okay.
to reach this destination you have to uh, cross these steps, but you can't see all these steps physically, okay,
Mm,
work
yeah, yeah.
directory in the sense, it is your system local console, honestly it is a console where you write the code, okay, here you write the code and you will add git add something your current directory, then it will add into next stage staging or index you can say, here it will store, okay,
Mm,
once after adding this it will stay here in staging, after staging here you'll use one command called commit, okay, so after staging whenever you add it will go to staging area, after staging completes, I mean after adding it will store somewhere in staging area, so after that you will do the commit, whenever you do the commit, this after finishing this commit command it will goes and store in your repository, git repository,
okay.
clear, so these steps will happen in background,
Yeah, yeah.
clear.
Only we can see is the console part while we write the code.
Yes, but you
After
will
that,
see the command also.
yeah,
Git
yeah.
add, git add. After that again, so it will store somewhere staging area. in this after finishing staging area, so it will automatically it will go and stage. It will store in staging area, but you can't see that location physically. Okay. So after that only, if you do commit, it will go to repository. Otherwise, it will store in staging area.
Yeah, got it.
That's it. So this part you will see after seeing diff change, diff git diff. If you use this command, you can see this step. Okay.
Okay.
Here, once after adding this, your code will go and store in staging area, but it will not go to repository because you did not do commit. But you, if you want to see whether it is reached in staging area, you can use git diff. You can
Mm.
see the change after adding it. Okay. Before creating all these things, first you need to do git init. Okay, init means initiation.
Mm.
Okay, you are initializing the git.
Mm.
Okay, after doing this only you can add the command, I mean code. Git add dot means current directory, it will add into stage. After that, so you can't see this, right? So after that you will do the commit, git commit.
Mm.
Git commit, right?
Mm.
Git commit hyphen m, and you will give the some message.
Okay.
M means message. That's it. You are going to give some particular meaningful message. For example, this project is related to e-commerce. So e-commerce, you did some change. Maybe you have added gadget, something gadget. Okay. So added gadget, or you did some change in code. So you'll give some meaningful name whenever you go back to the again git repository. Whenever you initially whatever you do current situation, you can see, you know that whatever everything. But after some days, maybe after 30 days, after 1 year, so if you do this commit change, so you
Mm.
will need to know that why did you do this. So for that purpose only, you are going to add some message. Okay, git commit hyphen m, and you will give the some message.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, after that it will go and store somewhere in virtual virtual repository. Okay, this process will happen till here. This process will happen in your local system, in this
Okay.
process. But
Okay.
once after commit happens, you need
Mm.
to verify with your github.
Mm.
Clear?
Mm.
So then now it comes under, then now again one question you will raise. What is work directory? Work directory I clearly explained. Okay. What so for interview purpose they will ask you what is work directory
Mm.
or local repository. Okay.
Okay.
This work directory we call it as local repository. Okay. Local
Mm.
repository means in our console whatever we are doing in our, on top of our console, this is called as local repository. Okay, after initiation whatever the activities you do under on top of your console, that is called as local repository.
Mm.
Okay, so after finishing all the stages, you are going to add the code, you will do the commit. Okay, that will go and store where in git repository. This git repo called as central repository. Okay,
Mm.
this is called as central repository. Here local repository, whatever your source code is there, whatever you write the code, after writing the code, this will be first initially it will be in your system. After adding that, it will go to staging. After staging, we will do commit immediately. It will not take second, it will not take seconds also, fraction of
Mm.
seconds we will do the commit.
Mm.
Whenever you do the commit, it will go and store somewhere. One second, Rakesh, some noise is getting.
From me?
No, no, no. For my side, can you hear any noise from my side?
Mm. Some
Yeah,
background.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I think it left. So once after commit, it will, whatever your code is there, that code will go and store somewhere in Git repository. This repository called as
Central.
central repository. This repository also called as GitHub. GitHub.
GitHub.
Hub means, what is meaning of hub? Collection of all. It is a kind of hub. You know T hub also. What is T
Yeah.
hub? In T hub, there are a lot more companies are registered with the T
Startups.
hub. Yeah, these companies means startups. These are all collaborated with the T. T means Telangana related IT infrastructure. Okay, this T hub is actually is dealing with the new companies, startups. They will give you some funding, and they will try to check your portfolio, and they will give you permissions for new startups, and they will also encouraging for new startups for Hyderabad and Telangana. Okay, so in this case, all the companies where it will go and stay there, they will take some spaces also. So by taking help this T hub, so they are going and register, and they will stay under T hub. So these are all not only one company, lot more companies under
Okay.
T hub. Okay. So hub means the collection of the companies, collection of the people, collection of the teams, collection of the projects. It's a hub. Okay. We can call that hub. Same way, this hub is related to Git. That's why it is called as GitHub. Git related all the repositories, Git related code, okay, Git related all the information you can store in GitHub. Okay, this GitHub is not like a uh, physical device. This is actually, it is a virtual storage. You might have heard about Docker Hub, where the Docker related images, containers, and all kind of versions, containers and registry. This is a kind of registry. It is a kind of central hub. Okay, Docker related images, containers, if you store, this is called as Docker Hub. Git related code, source code you store in this particular repository, that is called central repository, that is called as GitHub. Clear? Any doubts?
No, I'm clear.
Okay. So anything if I make if I confuse you also, you can stop me and ask me.
Yeah, yeah, I will do that.
Okay. So this is actually happens. Actually, I did very mess here. Let me clear. Okay. Let me keep this. And next. So this here also will create one branch. Okay. This developer from Hyderabad team, he will create a branch. Okay, or else, so if it is new project, you will create a branch. Okay, that branch related to project, in that branch you are going to keep in particular repository. In repository itself you will create a branch. In that branch, so as a for example, Rakesh is a developer, so he want to push that code. Again, he will push into particular branch. Okay, that code will store in that branch. Okay, what are the branches we have? Master branch and main branch. Okay, by default you will get a master branch. Okay, and main branch also people are using recently. Main branch, this is the latest one.
Okay.
Okay, this master is old one. If you go Google, and try to get some 10 years or the above, you try to get one code, you will get a deep, you will see master branch.
Okay.
Okay, now recent, if you clone something um, new code, so you will see main branch.
Okay.
Just a kind of version you can understand. Okay. So yes, so now we are talking about repository, correct? That repository will be in virtual. It is a kind of cloud. For example, Google Drive is there, right?
Mm.
Okay. So you will keep some your photos, videos, your documents, everything somewhere you are storing, right?
Mm.
Same way, this GitHub. GitHub is also repository. It's a virtual storage for GitHub. Okay. Some storage, central repo. Okay. Okay. Some central repo you can consider. In this central repo, whenever push, okay, whenever push the code, it will go and store here. Clear?
Mm.
So after that, in case we have, this is actually Hyderabad team. Okay, we have other branch in somewhere in USA. I think why it is going somewhere. 1 second. Okay, right. This is a USA team. You are dealing with USA team. Okay. Again, same stages will be there here. Here also. This is USA team. I mean USA region, or you can say, right? USA in this USA region. So you'll have Git account. They'll have Git account same like you USA Git. Okay. In this uh, in this in this also stages will be there. Okay. This is work directory for them also. Okay. And they'll have staging, same steps whatever I explained here, they same things will be there here. Again here repository, repo will be there. Okay. In the sense, this is not repo in the sense in your local machine it will not store. Okay, this will be having connection in between central repository and your git using emails. Clear? Username and email. Okay.
Mm.
With the username and email you will have a connection with these two. Clear?
Mm.
That is why I'm keeping here also repo. Okay.
Okay.
There is a interconnection between this virtual GitHub and your local machine, right?
Mm.
That is the reason I'm mentioning here. So whenever, for example, they also written some code. Okay. So they have added that code to, let me take different color. Okay. They have added code into staging area here. So in this staging area, after that, they will commit, right, with some particular meaningful message. Okay. After adding, after commit this repo, it will replicate here automatically. So because you, while you are committing, after committing, you will push that code, right? So it will be once after committing it will store here, but whenever you commit immediately, it will store here and it will keep here. So after that, if you do push only, it will go and store in GitHub. Okay. So you will do push. If you use this command, entire whatever your code is there, that code will go and store here with the different colors. Okay. For example, if it is this, they have written some code, they kept it. Okay. 1 minute, I'll tell you one thing. For example, they have written some code extra today, for suppose. Okay. So they did something and they try to push it. Okay. They are pushing today's in for India, it's actually daytime, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So morning 10 to evening 6 o'clock, whatever they have worked. So they have actually pushing in, they are pushing actually, and they kept here. Okay. They went home. That's it. So now, whenever in USA it is different kind of time zone, right?
Mm.
In USA, so whenever you pushed, right? the same code, the code they will take. Okay, they will revise it, and they will take, if they want to take the code, what command they have to use, they will pull the code. Okay, they will pull the code, they will pull the code and they do some changes extra. Clear? So, and they will again add the code. After that they will commit the code. After that they will again push the code into repository. Okay, this task has been done for them. For them actually it is morning 10 to evening 6 p.m. for them, but it is for us, it is night time. Okay, 6 p.m. to morning 10 p.m. for suppose. Okay, for us actually it is a morning again. Okay, again they will pull the code. Clear?
Hmm.
They will pull the code and they will do some modifications. Okay, and after that they will again push the code. This cycle happens continuously.
Okay.
Clear? In this case, two different branches like Hyderabad and USA team. For suppose the same team in same region, for suppose. Okay, in Hyderabad itself, so they have different. For example, front end team is there and back end team is there. Clear?
Hmm.
Front end team actually taking some kind of roles, back end team taking care some other different roles. For example, in this case try to understand, this is actually front end team. In this case you can try to understand, this is back end team. Okay, so front end people they have done some changes. Okay, they push the code, but it is, there is actually interdependency with the back end.
Hmm.
For suppose, so they will keep it after finishing this front end code, only back end people has to touch.
Okay.
Okay, they have done some changes, they have pushed into repository now.
Okay.
Okay, after that what they will do is they will request the pull. Okay, they will take pull request. He will raise the pull request, and he will pull it, the same code. Okay,
Okay.
he will pull it and he will take that code and he will add that code, and whatever he want to do with the, for example, if it is Python Django, for example, this is related to React JS. Okay, after finishing it, maybe this person, if there is any dependency with it, after finishing it, he will do some changes in the backend Python related Django framework, for suppose. Okay, he has done. Once after he done this only, that backend part will be replicated. For suppose, if it is front end, maybe if it is they have designed for example, they have designed for one design. Okay, email, for example, email or OTP. This email designing front end part is belonging to this React JS thing, for suppose, this front end related. Front end in the sense whatever you see on top of the screen. Clear? So maybe if it is email related, email screen they have designed and they just uh, passed it to backend team. What the backend team do? Backend people will be create some tables for emails, right? They have to store some emails. For example, user is trying to log in, that email related information and password related information should be stored in backend, right? Okay, they will design backend team, and again after that designing that backend, they will integrate both. Okay, that front end part is done, they will again inform to backend team, yes, backend part also done, so this day, for suppose. So once after finishing this front end and backend team works, they will integrate it. Okay, they will
Okay.
integrate, and after integration only it will work, that page will work. For example, I, Lokesh, as a user, he will log in with the email id, so it's a password. Okay, so it's a password. So whenever you are trying to see that page, that email, type password, that has this part has been designed by front end team. Okay, whenever you are trying to type with the email, for example, lokesh@gmail.com, password lokesh@123, for suppose, this password need to be stored somewhere in Python
Yeah.
Django framework. This part will be stored, but where is the connection in between front end and back end? Okay, that connection called as integration. They will do integration with it. Okay, so this part actually whatever they are taking care front end team, so they will do with a, so they will once after finishing that code, again they will push in and they will keep in central repository. Okay, so and after they will, after finishing it, so whatever maybe if it is there any interdependency, so they will take the backend team. Backend team is different and front end code is different, but I am trying to make you alignment, then trying to understand you the concept behind what is happening front end and back end. Okay,
Okay.
for example, another example is there, one front end team is there for suppose. Okay, he want to design email only email, enter email. Okay, this person is Rakesh, under Rakesh assistant is there, maybe junior engineer. So you assign to him this person, just design this password related, same related to front end only. But how you will do? You will not do all these things. This is different system. Okay, but junior has different system. So again the process again you need to follow. Okay, junior has the same setup. You will has the same setup, but you guys should be. Example, this is a junior. Okay, you are here with a Rakesh. Same setup is with that junior also. Okay, he also need to connect with it, and junior also should be connect with it. Clear? So you cleared, you completed this email part. Okay, you may email login part. So you have told them, you said them, you okay, so Mahesh, you try to, my part is done, your part is pending. Try to do with this password related. What he will do, so after finishing this, again on top of the same code, he will try to write related to this password page. Clear? So if he want to do again the same code, he has to take or what? So he will create a feature branch. Okay,
Okay.
he will create a feature branch on top of that. Maybe they will not work on top of main branch. Clear? If main code disturbs, entire project will be disturbed. So this is main code they will keep aside. Clear? So he will create a some feature branch, separate branch on top of Rakesh name, and this Mahesh will create another feature branch with Mahesh branch. Okay. Whenever he push, he will push into it and he will raise the request, pull request. Okay. This person will go and pull it, the same code. He will try to do some changes on top of this. Okay. He will also add it password now. Again, he will keep in feature branch. So what, after verification by team lead or somebody, so after checking all the testing, or maybe this email part need to be tested by tester, and password part also to be tested by tester. After finishing, the tester will give you clearance. Okay, that tester after giving the clearance, they will merge into main branch. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. These things will be happen by all Git only.
Okay.
You understood?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this development part you will not understand, because you are coming from uh, developer, so DevOps role. This
Yeah.
part you will not do directly. You will see directly, only you will see it. But if you see this, you can't understand. If you face it, if you try to use it, only they can, you can understand that. In project I'm telling, not practice purpose, not lab purpose. Okay,
Okay.
if you try to have, if you have enough time, okay, try to sit with the developers. Okay, be very casual, be very obedient. Okay, try to ask them, okay, so and so person, please can you please explain me Git concept? Not now, I'm telling, whenever
Yeah.
they are. So actually this is our part, actually we are doing like this. Generally what you guys are doing in this project using Git, you can ask them. Front-end people, if they want to design some project, a page, definitely they'll have some features, they will not work. For example, if they want to design entire project 1%, it will take too much time. They will bifurcate it. Okay, dashboard, the dashboard project, dashboard page you do. Okay, email part you do. Okay, this bottom page part I will do. So three persons will share one page,
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So but if they want to do that, how they will collaborate? This main dashboard part he is doing. Okay, email part he is doing, and bottom part he is doing. But how they are collaborating and then making properly this page? Okay, this collaboration is happening with the Git.
Hub.
Okay, They will pull once after finishing this dashboard. Actually, they are simultaneously, they will write the code for email, they will write the code for dashboard, they will write the code for bottom page. But so if they want to merge, you will have a main branch. Okay, they'll have a separate branch. For suppose three developers name called, one is Lokesh, one is Rakesh, one is Mahesh. Okay, Mahesh after finishing this dashboard, he will push into, he'll have a feature branch, he'll have a some other different branch, he'll have a feature branch. Okay, feature branch is in separate branches. These are all feature branches. After finishing this code, he will try to push.
Mm.
They'll have, this is a main branch. For suppose I'll give here. This is a main branch. Clear? This main branch called as a main. Okay. So from here, you will take Mahesh is one feature branch. Okay. And Rakesh is having one feature branch, and Lokesh is having one feature branch. So you have written your code. Rakesh
Mm.
is also written code, and after he is also written code. They have written separate code for one project, one page. They will push. They will push. Okay. Once after checking and reviewed by your team or manager or your team lead, okay, they will again merge all they will merge all your feature branches into main branch. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
So this is how actually it works.
Okay.
You understood?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Git in institutes, people will suggest you, okay, this is actually work directory, this is a staging, and this is a commit in work directory. What you have to do is you have to add the code, okay, add dot or something, git add dot. So then you will go staging area. This staging area, you just need to do commit. After that, it will go repository. In this local repository, you need to have, you just push the code, git push -u origin something main or main branch or whatever branch, we'll keep it. Okay, then it will go to repository and you will see the repository. That's it. They will show you like this. But you must need to understand in a practical way in a project, real time project. If you understand about real time project, you can answer whatever questions you get in interview.
Okay.
Okay, you must need to understand, sit them, you try to ask. If you don't ask, if you are really hesitant to ask, just try to observe things, how the things are going on. You must
Yeah.
act. If you don't know much knowledge, if you don't have much knowledge about git, you try to act. Okay. Okay, hi, so and so, something, Rakesh or Rajesh, how you guys are following this git concept, or how actually this is a big project, right? There are a lot more dashboards are there, main page is there, content is there, okay, bottom page is there, email login pages are there. How you are collaborating each other, how actually you are writing the code, how you are merging code into this git. Just ask generally, you will get some answer. Clear?
Okay.
Right. So you need to gain the information from the developers. Okay. How you need to do the pull request. Okay. So if you do it by your own, however you do it with the lab, that is different. But in real time, with real project, with real code, okay, so that will be different. They will show you the code, source code. Okay. So after that, how they are push the code. Okay. After that, how they pull the code. Clear? Okay. What is feature branch? What is main branch? Okay. What is merge? Okay. What is merge conflict?
Mm.
So all these things you should see in your project. Okay. Try to gain the information from the developers. Clear? Understood?
Yeah.
So these are all actually, this is the, actually you are as a developer, you are as a DevOps team, you must understand how you need to create the Git. Okay, what is Git? While you are creating Git, what you have, what are the steps you need to follow in local system? Okay, so and after finishing this setup, so what are the steps you need to follow in GitHub? Okay, what are the repositories? What is the meaning of the name of repository? Okay, in local system, while you are creating these steps, what are the challenges you are facing. Okay, sometimes your code will not go. Okay, maybe so due to conflict of your branches, maybe some conflict of your email usernames. Okay, and token also will be there. Okay,
Okay.
token for to project repository, token will be there. Token is actually security. Okay,
Okay.
if you don't use this token also, this code will not move. So these kind of conflicts, these kind of issues you will find. So these kind of issues you must know, you must learn from the real time project in your company. So that will be good experience.
Okay.
You understood?
Yeah.
Any doubts?
No.
Right? Okay, so I think theory part is done from Git. We'll see how to create a Git repository and all.
Okay.
Okay, local system, what are the steps are involved? How to initiate it?
So
Okay,
basically, we access this from browser, right? Like
what?
it
No,
will
no,
get.
no. That is different. That's what I'm telling actually. So first you need to have your local system means your laptop. You need to set up in laptop also. Clear. You have to set up all in laptop. Whatever it is there, this should be connected with the GitHub.
Okay.
That's what I am telling actually. There is a connection between your local system and your repository. Otherwise, how can you push this code?
Okay.
Every time if there is no connection, this push will not happen, this pull will not happen.
Okay.
Every time if you log out from this GitHub, if you log out from GitHub and local mission to your GitHub, you can't pull the code, you can't push the code.
Got it.
Clear? That is called as connection actually. This connection, whenever it happens, this is only what happens once, only one time setup.
Mm.
Okay, when you are trying to connect with the when you are trying to collaborate, I mean whenever you are trying to uh, create a new project for suppose, so you need to create a repository in GitHub first. You should have GitHub account. Clear? In this repository you might have created some project called Avitrix. Okay, in this case, so this project name is Avitrix. On top of this you need to create here, you need to add username, you need to add password, etc., etc. So this we'll see, this setup we'll see tomorrow.
Okay.
So you said 10:30 you are going to log off, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So any doubts please ask me.
Right now, I don't have. Tomorrow, let's see in the lab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in conflicts also will happen, right? In
Huh?
Gitland conflict, main branch will be there, new branch will be there. If two files have a same name for suppose,
Mm.
okay,
Yeah.
if two files have a same name but with a different content, for suppose this is actually different code, maybe email related, this is different code related password, as I said actually previous example. Okay, but the thing is actually he forgot to change the name. Okay, it actually looks same name. Okay, so then merge conflict will happen. Clear? If two
Okay.
files have different names but content is same. Okay, this kind of concept, maybe content is same, content is related to one same project and with a different name, that is also problem. Clear? I'm clearly stating that two different names with the different content, two different content with the different names also conflict happens.
Okay.
This conflict you must be identified. Whenever this conflict happens, they will call you as a DevOps engineer.
Okay.
Whenever issues happen for pull request, definitely they will call. Okay, whenever any issue with the token related, okay, expired token related, they will call. Okay,
Access related.
access related they will call. Okay, new
Mm.
new user, If they want to create new GitHub account, they will call.
Hmm.
So and they will call these purpose only. But you must have idea about all.
Yeah, yeah.
Clear? That is for knowledge based. If you have a knowledge, you can clear all these things.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, that's all for today, and we'll see practically tomorrow how the Git is working. Okay, but setup and all. Okay, we'll see initial setup, and we'll send some code, some text files or something like that. How we have to uh, push the code into local repository to your GitHub repository. So if you have
Okay.
GitHub repository, that's fine. Also, we'll create new GitHub repository if you want. If you have GitHub, is also fine. Else, we'll create a new GitHub repo. That's all fine, right?
Okay.
Thank you, Rakesh. Thanks for joining today. So we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.